يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي وروحي أحرفي ولساني عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي وروحي أحرفي ولساني عربية ثم الوصوف تضيع في أوصافي.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم. Welcome to you في برنامجكم in your program تعلم اللغة العربية, learning the Arabic language. And inshallah, today we are going to learn about two things. One is the definite article and the other one is the indefinite article. Al-ma'rifa wal-nakira. And al-ma'rifa wal-nakira, we mean, let us show what we mean. So we start with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. That is how, as a Muslim, we should start doing anything. So that's what we say, and that is what we write. Bismillahi. Bismillahi. So our lesson on this al-ma'rifa and al-nakira, it's when you specify something versus when you do not specify something. So when we want to express ideas, sometimes we express a general idea concerning something but not a particular thing. Sometimes we want to express an idea about a particular thing in a group of similar things. So for example, today let's talk about chair, kursi, kursiyum. So we have a chair. And we have another chair. And we have another chair. And we have another chair. And another chair. Kursiyun. So, chair, the name for chair is kursi. Kursi. So, if you want to talk about chair, you can say a chair is a piece of furniture that you sit on. So when you say a chair, when you say a chair, it's a general idea about that thing which we have in our minds called chair. But in that class of chair, there is many of chair. There's many of that kind in the world. So if you want to talk about one, for example, of the many chairs available, we can say that the chair I like most is the sofa or something. So the chair here specifies a particular thing in the general category. So if we look at our image here, this is an image of chair. However, I can say a chair is drawn this way. So a chair is drawn like this, a chair is drawn like this, a chair is drawn like this, a chair is drawn like that, a chair is drawn like that. However, sometimes I intend to express something about a particular chair in a group of chairs. So for example, I might want to say something about a chair, not the whole one, just a specific one. And as you can see, in your mind, you think like, yeah, that's the one. So when you are expressing about a particular one in a group of similar, then we say this chair has been defined. And it has been put in a frame. It has been separated from what is around it. That's what we mean by define. You know, sometimes when you say, what is the definition of, then we give a word. It means what separates this word from all other words. The meaning of this word points to something which the meaning of other words do not. So when I say definition of a chair as a piece of furniture that is meant to be sat on, then that definition means everything which is a piece of furniture not meant to be sat on is not a chair. So here, to define something, one particular thing, we use something called al-ma'rifa. This word in Arabic is al. The word is al. So for example, when you say al-kursi, it means it is a chair that has been defined. But if we don't define it, we just say a chair. In general, we say kursiyun. Kursiyun. We put an N at the end. Kursi, you, that N sound means it's an undefined chair. Kursiyun, a chair. Al-kursi, the chair. Kitabun, a book. Al-kitabu, the book. Kubun, a cup. Al-kubu, the cup. Ma'un, water. So, to define something in Arabic, we start with al. Al-baladu, the country. Baladun, a country. Anything which starts with al is defined. So, a definition in English, you say the or the house, the house, the house. There is a time you say the, or when you say the, or when you say the. Depends where you come from, and depends on the next word, on the rules of pronunciation. But we say the house. So, the word which we have in English as the, in Arabic we have it as al. Al. So let us now write a few words in Arabic with al. So we can say kitab, kitabun. You can see 2 dots over here. So 2 dots is always a T. That's a kaf. So with a kasra, that's an E. So you have ki, and the T is right there. And alif is a double A. Then you have 1 dot down, that's a ba. And then you have that sign over there. That sign over there is represents an U, but there is 2 of them. The second one represents an N. In Arabic we write it this way. Noon. So noon, that sound, can be represented this way. So we have an U, and something similar on top of it represents an N. So this is read kitabu with an N, kitabun, kitabun. And this N here represents in English, for example, a. So we have a book. So kitabun means a book. The same would be the case if instead of having a double dhamma, we ended up with a double kasra. So a double kasra, or this E sound here, so this is kitabi. So we already said when it's at the bottom, it's an I sound. Kitabi. You have an I over here. But the second of the two, the first one represents an I, and this second one here represents an N, a noon. So it is kitabin, 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 and it will still mean a book, because the N sound in Arabic is a book, kitabin. So kitabun, a book, kitabin, a book. Kitabin, a book, kitabun, a book. So now, how do you say the book? The book, we already said the word book is kitab, we know that. The comes at the beginning of the Arabic word, which is al. So we say al kitabu, al kitabu. So let's write this in another color so that it's clearer. A al kitabu, al kitabu. And from this you can see the A, and the second one represents an L sound. L for leg, L. The L in Arabic is written the same way but facing the other direction. La 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 la. La. So al kitabu, al kitabu. So al kitabu means the book. There, al kitabu. Inshallah, in the next part of the series of the program, we are going to go further with this mu'arifa wa nakira, and also revise some new sounds like the L which we have seen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. See you in a short while. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Karibu tena, welcome back. Nam, we are talking about al-ma'rifa wa nakira. Al-ma'rifa, definite, and nakira, indefinite. Al-ma'rifa, specific, nakira, not specific, unspecified. General, known, but general. For example, we say ilahun, God. But when you say al-ilahu, it means the God, the one and only. So there is the one who we recognize, al-ilahu, and if you make it shorter, we just say Allahu, the God who should be worshipped. Allahu, the God. So because it begins with al, that means it's definite. But when you say ilahun, it's just some God. So there's only the God who we recognize, specific, Allahu, the one who created the heavens and the earth. And that's why when we say something, we say Bismillahi, in the name of the one and only God. Allahu, the one and only God. And God created many things: plants, animals, humans, birds, fish, inanimate objects like stones and metals. Now, you see, the world has so many things. And if you want to speak about the things of this world, we need to be careful about what we are talking about. So it's very important in any language when you are speaking, for the one who is hearing and listening to your words to know what you are pointing at. So if I was pointing, there was several pens, for example, up here. Okay, that's 2 pens, 3 pens. This is a pen. These are all pens. So what do I do with these pens? For example, if I want to speak about the blue pen, then there's 2 of them. Now, which one do I want to speak about? If I'm speaking about a green pen, then it makes sense to point it out. If you were speaking in color, all you could do is just use our finger. And you do this, and it's understood what you mean. You do this, it's understood what you mean. You go there, it's understood what you mean. However, human beings, we don't speak and point at everything. Yes, we do hand movements, but we don't point out all the time. So we have to come up with words which stand in for pointing. If I want to say, I want to do this, like point to the green pen. Now, instead of pointing to the green pen, I could use a word which stands in, something like the green pen. So green pen is green pen. But if I point at it, the word which could go with the pointing or in place of the pointing is the green pen. The green pen. So you see, the stands for specifying. Because green pens are many in this world. But when I say the green pen in my hand specifies it, and the word the green pen also specifies it, The green pen. So this specifying something in Arabic, we call it ma'rifa. And there are many ways of doing it. So one of them is to use al. Al-qalamu al-akhdar. Al-kalamu al-akhdar. So al-akhdar is green. Akhdar, green. Say akhdar. 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 Red is ahmar. 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 Blue is azraq. Say it. Yes. Azraq. Azraq. Ahmar. Azraq. Ahmar. So what's that again? And what's this? Azraq. And what is this? Comes from right there at the back of your throat. Just remember, green comes from the back of your throat there. أخضر أحمر أزرق. So we have أخضر أحمر. So how do you say the pen? To say the, you use al. So how do you say the pen? Al-qalamu. Yes, very good. How do you say the red pen? In Arabic, you start with the pen, red. Al-qalamu al-ahmar. Al-qalamu al-ahmar. Now say it. Al-qalamu al-ahmar. Al-qalamu al-azraq. Al-qamaru, qamaru, not qamaru. Qamaru is the moon. Al-qalamu, yes. Al-qalamu al-akhdar. Al-akhdar. So, here we notice when you make something specific, the color, for example, of the pen is akhdar. But when you say al-qalamu, we also say al-akhdar. The pen, the green. We make it all definite. The pen, the green in Arabic. Al-qalamu al-akhdar, the green pen. Al-qalamu al-azraq, the pen. Al-qalamu al-azraq, the blue. The pen, the blue. Kalamu samawati. Okay. Al-qalamu al-azraq, the pen, the blue pen. Al-qalamu al-ahmar, the green pen. Now, let's see if you can do it on your own. Azraq. Yes. So, that is when you are specifying. But when you just want to speak about some red pen, you say a red pen. Actually, a and some go together. So, a red pen, we say qalamun. Qalamun. Qalamun, a pen. No, let's write a different way. Qalamun ahmaru. Qalamun ahmar. Qalamun ahmar. The N at the end of qalamun means a pen. Qalamun ahmar, a red pen. Let's do it again. This one, this is qalamun azraq. Qalamun azraq, a blue pen. Now, let's create space here. This final one, how would you say this green pen? How do you say a green pen? Think about it. But this is how you write it. Qalamun akhdaru. Qalamun akhdar. A green pen. Okay. So, when we look at this, qalamun, qalamun, qalamun. Okay. I think today we just learn one letter. The letter here in the middle. This letter. Qalamun. The letter L in Arabic is written like the L in English, but going the other way. So in English, we have qalamun, for example. The L goes that way. L. But in Arabic, It goes that way. That's the Arabic L, going the other way. So L in Arabic goes this way. So we've done Al-Kitabu. Let's do how do we read this? That's a D. So it is Ad-Dar, Ad-Dar, Su. That's an S. We've done this before. That's an R. That's an S. We put the A, Da. We leave the R because there's nothing. So we put a sukun. Dar. That's an S with an U. Ad-Dar, Su. Ad-Darsu. Ad-Darsu. So here we notice, listen, Dars means lesson. Darsun. What will Darsun mean? The N at the end is A. So Darsu is a lesson. So Darsun, a lesson. Darsu, lesson. Darsun, a lesson. Like Qalamun, a pen. Kitabun, a book. But when you say Ad-Darsu in Arabic, they don't say Ad-Darsu. Oh, they don't say Al-Darsu. When the L comes before a D, the L somehow disappears. In Arabic, you don't say Al-Darsu. You say Ad-Darsu, the lesson. Darsun, a lesson. Ad-Darsu, the lesson. Why don't we pronounce the L when we say Ad-Darsu? You know, this is an interesting concept. In Arabic, they actually like making things easier. That's like a clue. But we'll go into the details of this in the next program, inshallah, where we explain how to read silent letters in Arabic. There are some letters in Arabic which we write, but we don't read them. So instead of saying Al-Darsu, for example, we write down the Al, but we don't pronounce it. We say Ad-Darsu. That, inshallah, shall be the subject of our next episode. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope this has been beneficial to you. If it has been, follow us next time and also get other people to follow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي وروحي